There was a time in which family income was a lot more defining about your life and your financial security. Lasardi said, but now you're in charge of much more of your future, particularly in terms of financial decisions that people have been asked to make. All right. While path to middle class financial security has become more complicated, the share of people with it hasn't markedly declined over time. I just want to say too, by the way, when I was talking about the VA disability, it's $3,700, and that's just if you're single. Once you get married, a lot of people probably don't know. In the military, though, you get married, make more money, and every kid you have, they give you more money. The same thing for your VA disability benefits. My wife got married, she got more money for me. Then we had our son, she got more money for him. So like it scales up when that type of stuff happens, and they give you a true COLA adjustment, a cost of living adjustment. So when inflation is crazy high, they whatever they deem quote unquote inflation was, or what the COLA needs to be for Social Security, they've raised the VA rates that as well. So let's say when inflation was like almost 8-9% going into 2023, going into last year, so coming out of 2022, they raised the VA pay by that amount. So it's not one of these things where your job's like, yeah, inflation was crazy high this year, it was 8%, so we're giving you a 2% raise. It's like, what? I'm still down 6%. No, these are the things that when they talk about, if you're not, let's say money is loud, you're just not in the room to hear it. These are the things, if you're not in this environment and you don't have exposure to it, that you don't understand. And then you see people doing certain things, it's like, oh, because I told one of my dad's best friends in the military, he's retired, and then his wife is retired too. And I'm thinking, dang, how'd I get that big ass house? And I'm thinking, once I realized how much 100% PNT was, and since it actually adjusts for inflation, I'm thinking, oh, because I'm thinking if I was 100%, and my wife is 100%, that's 37 plus 37. Y'all, that's $7,400 a month. That's $7,400 a month is a lot of money. Just coming in every month on the first. Certainly the day before the first, you get that day early with direct deposit. But I'm thinking like, yo, if you had think about right now, if you had $7,400 a month coming in guaranteed, and that could be more than that because you're married, so it'd be closer to 8. And if you have kids, come on now, y'all. I'm just saying there's only one way to access to it. That's why I'm kind of harping on it so much. All right, since 2017, the earliest year of comparable data, between 32 and 40% of Americans met all 6 measures, with a low in 2017, a high in 2021, high in the panorama. All right. Another survey, the Federal Reserve of Consumer Finances, says that it provides a broader view of American financial stability. Okay, back in the 1980s, more Americans today have 1,000 in liquid savings than they did 40 years ago, after adjusting for inflation. But I believe that debt should be higher. And the share of Americans with money in retirement or pension account has held steady over the past 40 years. But the debt. On-time debt payments. Where's the total? See, it's talking about 1K in liquid assets, money in retirement accounts or pension. We're at 79% versus 71%. No let debt payments in the last year. Yeah, cool. No, we need total debt. That total debt is what's increased, and this is why I do this. That's the part this is missing. Yes, okay. Americans, adjusted for inflation, have more money in savings, as far as at least $1,000 in liquid assets. Retirement accounts or /pension, roughly the same. No late debt payments, roughly the same. And then savings in the last year, roughly the same. Cool. But how much total debt? Because that liquidity of $1,000, that's in savings on a month-to-month basis as far as their budget. The idea that you can have a secure job with predictable wages, healthcare and retirement, and being able to pay for your housing, those things are all a part of a mid-century vision of the middle-class life trajectory, said Zaloom, the anthropologist. I need to refresh on what anthropologist is. There we go. That's what I thought. All right. Even in the 1960s, the idea that this was very widespread phenomenon was always kind of fiction. She added, the draw of the middle class is rooted in far more than the desire for financial security. You never want to be in the middle, by the way. Anyways, it's the perfect model of American identity, said culture historian Larry Samuel, author of The American Middle Class, A Cultural History. It fits so well with our ethos of egalitarianism and being a meritocracy. These are all myths, of course, but they're embedded in how we see ourselves. It's a club that everyone kind of wants to be a part of, Samuel said, regardless of economic circumstances. I don't want to be in the middle class. I don't want to be in the middle. I want to be as high up as I can possibly get. But all right, y'all, that's it. Locked and loaded again. How Americans define a middle class lifestyle and why they can't reach it by Alyssa Bowers, Emily Guskin, and Scott Clement. Look, I already gave y'all the spiel. And look, I'm not telling everybody when I say like I'm not forced. I'm not telling everybody to join the military. If you don't want your sons to join the military, don't have them join the military. But god dang, I'd be damned if everybody just keep taking out all this debt and there's people out here, I say people, I mean us as taxpayers, but the government, they'll pay for you to go to school. The way look, I had student loans up the whole time. I need my middle class lifestyle up. The way I look at it now is it is money, but it's quote unquote resources. When I look at all the resources that my wife has access to for 25 months, now it does come, she got you to get 100% PNT. In most cases, you got to have a lot of stuff wrong with you. However, not all, but most people's case, the stressor is different. Meaning, if you look at the symptoms, 38 CFR, in short, if you just Google 38 CFR, Code of Federal Regulations, you look up all the symptoms that these veterans have. A lot of you probably have those symptoms. You just don't have the stressor because you were never in the military, so you can't claim that. That's usually the only difference. If you hurt your ankle, and my wife broke her ankle, you sprained it technically. She had a fracture. She had to get surgery on it twice. If I sprained my ankle too, but I didn't serve in the military, so I can't be a veteran by definition. So I don't have a claim for that, saying that the military caused it. That's the main difference. The only difference, truly, because symptoms are symptoms. It's why if you look at it, like the mental health rating for veterans, they rate all mental health conditions the exact same. All of them have the exact same rating because yes, the stressor may be different, but the symptoms are so closely aligned. They quote unquote say that they can't, truly, I say quote unquote, but they say they can't really differentiate between what you have, meaning PTSD versus anxiety versus severe depression, all these different type of things. They just rate them all the same. Different stressors, right? Somebody goes to war, on deployment versus somebody who never actually went on deployment. Everybody, right, has a different stressor, but we're gonna, view you all having the same symptoms. A lot of people out here are dealing with anxiety and depression. You just didn't get it from the military. So your symptoms will qualify you for some compensation, ability to get access since you served in the military. And now, say you're out, you're a veteran, so you got your honorable discharge and you're a disabled veteran, you get compensation. You obviously have access to the VA loan, but you get to bypass the VA funding fee. The VA funding fee, in short, is the VA's version of PMI. But since you're a disabled veteran, you don't have to pay the funding fee. So now you don't have to pay PMI. Then if you're able to get 100%/100% PNT, depends on the state you're in, you don't have to pay taxes. So you get to skip property taxes and you don't have to pay PMI if you're not able to put 20% down. You don't have to, by the way, you don't have to put anything down with a VA loan. Whole lot of conversation. Don't recommend you put 0% down on a mortgage. But again, resources, things that you have access to. All right. That's it, y'all. Locked and loaded. End of the episode. Make sure you comment, like, share, and subscribe. Leave those rating reviews on the podcast platforms. Shout out to the YouTube algorithm. Leave those rating reviews on the podcast platforms as well. My information, as well as my coach Jordan information, can be found in the description. Jordan is Stop Stalling J. Business page is finallyfit.live. That's where you can go to sign up for the 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time virtual training sessions. I'm not going to say they're Monday and Wednesday because Jordan's changed it to Wednesday and Friday now. So in short, sign up, reach out to Jordan. It's Jordan's business, not mine. I cannot tell you when we're going to have class. I just tell you, it's Thursday night. I got to go to class in less than 5 hours right now. All right. And for myself, Sideline_Corey, you can reach out to me for financial information. All right, y'all. Again, necessities, debt payments, investments, lifestyle. Do your best to lock in. Look at resources you have access to and be willing to put in the work and make the sacrifices to create the life that you want for yourself. Don't expect other people to, create it for you, because why would I spend time helping you build your life if I'm still not at the point where I've actually built my foundation? And most people have no foundation. That's why they're so unstable. All right. They're not ready for it. It's too late for the bars. All right, y'all. That's it. Remember to say more and say less. I suppose locked and loaded, end of the episode. Did I say that? I'm off. Locked and loaded, end of the episode. That's it, y'all. Remember to say more and say less. Keep making better your best. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.